Hi, and welcome back. In this video, I want to share gems that I found during the last couple weeks. There's a whole bunch of new IDEs that don't have editor because apparently you don't need one anymore. There are a bunch of Claude Code skills and tricks. Be careful with skills because many of them are actually malicious and can contain ransomware. So I found a few techniques on how to secure yourself. Also a bunch of different apps that I found interesting and I want to share them with you. They're just cool. First thing first, I'm gonna be using Whisper to dictate what I want to type instead of actually typing. So the thing I want to share with you is called ProNotes. It's a super cool tool. So basically what it allows is just adds some cool things to your Apple Notes. And I love Apple Notes. I use it for all my notes. I also love Notion, right? So Notion is super cool. What I really like about Notion is this slash commands that it has. It has these default things, but you can also extend it. Amazing. But Notion is just too bloated with features and stuff for use cases. So I really like Apple Notes because it's just simple for me. ProNotes, what it does, it adds slash commands here. You can use title, hello world, or for example, today date. So this actually, I use date quite often. It's very useful. Hello world, how are you? I'm great. So yeah, if it has this floating bar, you can add links, you can convert it to other things. It even has this Ask AI. If you go to the slash commands pop-up, there's a bunch of Ask AI, but they don't work. Or at least they didn't work for me because apparently I have to log in to use them. And the selection of models is very old and outdated. Well, I went to the website and apparently the author probably lost interest in this tool. I don't know why, because the tool is really amazing. I really like it. So I totally can recommend it. It already helps me. I wish it continued to be developed and I wish I could add my custom slash commands here. Would be useful. So another thing I want to show you is called BlueDot. A friend of mine, he told me that sometimes he uses his phone to record audio of a meeting and then uses ChatGPT to transcribe it and give him summaries. I guess it's okay, but BlueDot works much better. It's a browser extension. Yeah, just press and it will record your meeting and automatically transcribe it, create summary and everything. There are many tools like that, but I'm just stuck to BlueDot. It's a fantastic tool. Yeah, they do have free tier. Yeah, it's quite limited. I can recommend it. They don't pay me, so it's an honest recommendation. Actually, no one pays me. Actually, you know what? If you want me to do an overview of your app or skill or whatever, reach out to me. I'm open for collaboration. After I published my video, there was this comment from one of the viewers about security of third-party plugins. It's developing so fast that I'm not sure if we can rely on crowd review. That got me thinking. Security of Claude Code skills, MCP tools and everything is a big topic. Actually, this is how Claude skills number grew over time. Just in a few weeks, the growth is just exponential. And with such growth, obviously hackers or just people trying to explode those popular tools, they will find a way to do so. I like this table. So Skillsash is one of the popular skills marketplaces, and we get to that later. And ClawHub. So ClawHub is a marketplace for skills for OpenClaw. So you can see that quite a few skills that actually malicious. Yeah, so the ClawHub has lots of them. Yeah, suspicious downloads, credentials, handling, secret detection, third-party content, direct money access. It's crazy, right? Anyway, so actually they published their full report. What's cool is actually they have this MCP scan tool, and this is pretty cool. So this tool allows you to just scan your Claude Code installation and find anything suspicious. I haven't tried it myself yet, so let's do that right now. Holy shit. Uh-oh, this doesn't look good. Oh my god, U-Track, huh. Interesting. Well, I know that U-Track is a trusted one because it's from JetBrains, and I work at JetBrains and I edited it myself, so this one is definitely okay. But I'm curious about this. Pencil, this is an app that I wanted to show you later, but I wanted to show you this link as well. It has this video about exploding skills. As far as I understand, what this skill does, it prompts your Claude Code to create a script. Then this script actually downloads or somehow injects ransomware and runs it on your computer. I hope this MCP scan tool detects that. I wanted to show a couple of other tools that I found. So this one is called Gryph. I'm not sure. It doesn't have many stars, but let's take a look at what it does. So this tool, it actually hooks to all your agents, logs everything they do. Basically, any request that they send, any files they read, any commands they execute, and you can then analyze those and just see what's going on there. I think that this can be useful for security if you want to maybe see what's going on, but also just if you're debugging something, if you're writing your own skill, or if you're writing on your own plugin or maybe MCP tool, then it can be pretty useful to just analyze what's going on. It can hook to Claude Code, but also Cursor, Gemini, OpenCode, Windsurf. 36 star is a little bit suspicious. So what you actually could do if you want, just vibe code this similar thing yourself. And another similar thing, it's called Wiretap, pretty much the same, but only for Claude Code. The difference between this one and Gryph. So what Gryph does with Claude Code, it uses a hooks mechanism of Claude and basically hooks to all the events. Wiretap works differently. It works as a reverse or man-in-the-middle proxy and just proxies all the requests to API, and then it can log what's happening. It doesn't probably show what the files are read or what commands are executed, but it shows you the traffic, sort of like a simple sniffer actually. Again, this one I definitely don't recommend installing yourself, but you can easily vibe code such thing yourself. I think in big organizations, you would need something better, like centralized perimeter to watch everything that is happening with AI tools in your organization. And apparently there are many companies that do that. One that I found is this, it's called Unbound, but there are probably many others. I'm actually curious if you know any of those, send me in the comments. They don't pay me, of course. I really liked how it looks. It's basically a monitor and dashboard for everything that is AI related, and you can watch what's happening in your organization. Pretty cool. And I already mentioned skills, and that number of skills grew exponentially during the last couple of weeks. But not only skills themselves, but also marketplaces for skills. And if you don't know, Manos is a pretty cool AI tool, was acquired by Meta recently. Anyway, marketplace of skills. Another one is called Kill Sage. I think this one is affiliated with Vercel. This one, Claude Code templates, and it has skills, agents, commands, settings, hooks, MCPs, lots of them. Next one is called agent skills, thousands of different skills. Honestly, I'm not even trying to go through all those skills because I just didn't have time to try all of them. Those that I wanted to try was this DX plugin. So this and I found this repository, so let me actually show you. This repository is a bunch of really nice Claude Code tips. You can find this in the description, obviously. So the author of these tips, he wrote this plugin, which contains these 6 skills, and I really like the idea of those skills. Okay, for some reason, installation of this plugin did work, so I cannot recommend this plugin. There was this skill that called scheduler. What this one allows you is to schedule some tasks in the future at a certain moment. Yeah, you can just tell what to do, and then at that moment it will do it for you. So it's pretty neat. And there is another marketplace of prompts and skills. It's called Prompts Chat. It has skills as well. Pretty cool, actually. I like how it's organized. Yeah, if you want to have skills, you can check them here. Not that many yet, but it also has prompts. Open any prompt and you can run it here. I really like the UI and everything of this website's pretty cool. So Claude Code develops so fast, and there are so many things in Claude Code. I wanted to show you some things that I found this week. The first thing is actually called Fast Mode. This model was released on Friday, more expensive, but more than that, it has this fast mode. Basically switches it even more expensive mode. Basically, it gives you the same results, so it's not like it changed the prompts or responses. The response will be exactly the same as without this fast mode. It will probably just use more hardware or something, and for that you're gonna pay more. The other thing is this status line. So you can see in my status line, it shows which model I'm using, how much tokens I have used, and how much left, how much this costs, like this session costs, like this prompt and this session costs. So for example, let's ask it analyze project and update Claude empty. So you can see with this first call, it's gonna update. Yeah, so I used 15% of daily quota. And this status line, if you run this command by default, what it's gonna do is gonna take your status line from your bash. So mine looks like my username, my computer folder, and git branch and status of git. So by default, it will take this one from your bash profile. But what you can do is you can just prompt it to update to whatever you want. So you can say, hey, I want to add emoji in my status line. Add dragon emoji to my status line. Oops, you can see dragon in my status line. So next thing, the command insights. I'm not going to run it now, but what this command does, it generates a report about how you use Claude. Let me show you my report. This is how my report looks like. So I generated it today. It's pretty fun. Actually, I used Python recently. I used quite a lot PHP as well, but anyway, the other thing I wanted to show you, we go to config. There is this output style. We have default, but we also have explanatory and learning. This is pretty cool, I think. So let's try explanatory. So yeah, this is my website. So what I want to do is I want this photo to be here, yeah, round and on the top. I want you to remove a circle photo from header, but add it on the main page right on top of the text and make it bigger and centered. So I want it to be 150 or 200 pixels. So now Claude Code will explain. I think it will consume more tokens for that. I think it explains much more now. It is what it is. At least it did what I asked it to do. The next thing I wanted to show you called Tater. It hooks to Claude when you use plan mode. When the plan is ready, opens this web page where you can actually review the plan and you can edit the plan. And then when you're ready, you can even share it with your colleagues. And then when you're ready, it sends it back to Claude Code and then executes the plan based on, or updates the plan based on your changes. I think it's pretty cool. I don't want to install it, to be honest. Please let me know if you find this idea interesting. Actually, this one thing I wanted to show you, it's a system prompt of Claude new model Opus 4.6. Probably interesting to, if you're developing something, to understand how Claude Code works. Not so useful for me at this moment, but what I found is how Claude manages memory. So apparently CloudMD file is a memory file, and there are different places where those CloudMD files are stored, but there is also creates this memory folder in your home directory. If I actually create a memory MD file here, it gets loaded into the system prompt every session automatically. Let's actually find this in the system prompt. Well, they lied. This one is not in the system prompt of the model. Let's create. How are you doing? Wait, what? What? Nice, right? So apparently it works. I don't know what to do with that information yet, but apparently again, you can somehow use it in your workflows. So this is it with Claude Code. Now let's move on. So what I wanted to show you is actually this whole new IDEs or tools to work with AI. First one that I wanted to show you is called Conductor. And I suggest to call these tools conductors because what they do is they allow you to use multiple agents and work with them in parallel. And you're sort of like, you have an orchestra of agents and you as a conductor just rule them. I'm going to add a project. As I understand, these are Git work trees that I mentioned in the last video. And if I want to create a new workspace, it creates a new work tree. All of them are isolated and the chat is isolated. So what I can do is I can do things here. Redesign the main page so that it looks nice. Basically, place photo on the left, maybe text on the right. Just make it look nice. Act as a super cool, creative website designer. And in parallel, it's absolutely isolated because it's a work tree. I want you to write a blog post that highlights my recent video on my YouTube and explains what I'm doing. So you can see they run in parallel. They are, I mean, they show these different branches, but technically those are work trees. So they don't clone the whole repository. There is no even editor here. Can you see? And I might not need one. So I can open multiple chats in this. Basically, I see that these are features. So if you work on one feature, create work tree, workspace as they call it, you have multiple chats here. And then on the other feature, you have multiple chats for the other feature. That's pretty cool. So when it's done, it can open PR, pull requests, can do this code review. It's very simple, I'd say. It looks really nice. I really miss this simplicity working with multiple features at the same time in PHP Storm. I'm gonna give you a spoiler. It's coming in PHP 2026.1 and in all JetBrains IDEs 2026.1. I haven't seen it yet myself, but let's wait for it. And in the meantime, I'll show you the next thing that I found. The next thing is called Zenflow. It's a similar concept thing. I want you to add projects section on the website. This section should have tiles of different projects I worked in the past and have links to them, had small preview images of the projects. If it's a website, then it should be a screenshot of the website. If it's a tool, it should be a logo. If it's a blog post, and again, maybe a logo or something interesting and useful to this website. Okay, yeah, so it created 2 agents on different branches. You can see I could then compare them, the results, using brainstorming skill, because it's Claude and I have this brainstorming skill. And again, as I said, there is no editor here. So the next one is actually Codex Monitor. Very similar tool, works only with Codex. This one I like. So it says new worktree agent. So this is, I clearly understand what is, so they don't invent new concept of workspaces or whatever. That's the terms that I already understand. So this new agent means agent that works on the current Git repository, whatever state of this repository is. New worktree agent creates a new worktree and runs agent there. New clone agent means it clones the repository, makes a copy of this repository and runs agent there. So this is clear for me. The last one that I wanted to show you, M-Dash, open source agentic development environment, a coding agent dashboard. This one is actually open source. New task, all cameras jam, advanced options. Oh, yeah, so this one can use linear, yeah, run in worktree. Oh, nice, I like it. Jira issues initial prompt. Okay, so this is just, it opens terminal. Okay, but in worktree. Okay, this is pretty simple, nothing special. Kanban view is basically, if I run multiple agents here, multiple tasks, I can see them in progress. I can see which one are ready to review. So again, I don't have editor, I just have terminal. I don't like colors because it's too white. So yeah, I like the Kanban view. So then I can run multiple tasks on different work trees and then see what's going on and see what is the state of all the tasks. Well, actually, this is a nice monitor. Very simple. I actually want this kind of monitor in JetBrains IDE. Just very simple. Run multiple chats, multiple agents, and just see what needs my attention, and just open them right here, right? So I don't want these. I want them full screen. Full screen. I don't need editor. I want like remove editor and just toggle between editor and agents and then just see the state of different agents. So I don't want these tabs like this. So I don't know which one is at what state. I just want to toggle them here. And so these are the things that I wanted to show you, like these conductors tools. Let me know what you're using right now. The last 3 things. Just 3 apps that I wanted to show you. So one app is called Nimbalyst. The target for this app is not for developers, but more like for product managers. So basically, it's just a markdown, or necessarily markdown, but just an editor. The markdown here is user-friendly. You know what I mean? So, okay, I can go to PHP Storm and I can create markdown file. It's text. I can enable preview, but here I cannot edit it. I can do side by side, but this is not what I want. I want the experience like this. It actually looks like markdown. And then when I need to switch, I can see the source code. But if I want like a really nice view, that's what I want. We have ChatGPT, we have different chats, we have Claude Code. But there, let's say I ask it to generate some document. And then it generates document or answer or whatever, and then I want to refine this. I'm okay to just prompt it again, like saying like, hey, update this, update that. I want to see what exactly has changed. I want to see diff, and this is what exactly this tool allows you to do. Pencil.dev, dream on canvas, land in code, Claude Code for designing. Let's actually try it. I don't know. Obviously, it's a tool for designing interfaces. I need to experiment with this tool more. I'm not sure how it works. Wow, check this out. Wow, I like the visuals. Wow, this is really nice. And I want to show you the last thing that I found, OpenAdapt AI. So what this thing does, it actually learns your app. Let me show you. You press record, you run some app, like any app. And in this example, he runs calculator, but it can be any app as I understand. He runs calculator, does something, like some actions with this app. AI learns it, and you can say commands to this kind of app because it learned it. So he says calculate 9, something. And then what this tool will do is it will open calculator, do those actions because it understood the interface, it understood how the app works. So it's similar to like Playwright. It learns your app by itself. That's it for today. My name is Roman Pronsky. Thanks for watching and see you next time.